Hey toy collectors, welcome to another super exciting, outrageous toy review. I'm Kevin, and today I'm taking a look at the G.I. Joe Eco Warriors Clean Sweep from 1991. Yellow figures on a yellow background. Curse you 90s Hasbro toys. Clean Sweep is the G.I. Joe Anti-Tox Trooper. His military specialty is Chemical Operations Specialist, and his secondary specialty ability is Combat Engineer. He was born in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Back in the Matty Collector days, all my He-Man figures would get shipped from Sparks, Nevada to Elizabeth, New Jersey before coming to me in Pennsylvania. It's the only thing I know about Elizabeth, New Jersey. Clean Sweep is one of the three characters in the initial lineup of Eco Warriors figures. Flint, who was the field commander, was the only existing Joe character, while Ozone and Clean Sweep were brand new. Ozone went on to be reused in Star Brigade, and Clean Sweep was just sort of forgotten. Here we have a kind of dopey looking guy with a big brown mustache in a yellow hazmat suit with some bright green details and some brown boots and gloves. I didn't have this guy as a kid. I got him secondhand as a teenager when I was buying Joes at flea markets and yard sales for customizing. And with the brown gloves, the brown boots, and the little remnants of battle damage on him, it just never painted a very good picture of what Clean Sweep was cleaning up. I didn't have any of his accessories as a teenager, but if I had had his helmet, I might have liked him a little bit more, just because it covers up that dopey head of his. So Clean Sweep has a yellow hazmat suit. There are green technical devices and tubes going around his torso. He's got a green belt. It's even got a grenade on it there and some other little pouches and devices. And then he's got some more green tubes that go to another technical device on his leg. There are some straps to help hold that up there. And that's about it. He's not super generic, but he's also much more plain than Ozone. And I guess he's kind of on par with Flint on the level of detail. I do actually like that their uniforms kind of complement each other, with the green and yellow being opposite. I think they fit together as a team better than Ozone does. Clean Sweep is a typical G.I. Joe with a ball joint at the head that lets him look around, up and down. A hinge and swivel point at the shoulders. A swivel at the bicep and a hinge at the elbow. He's got the O-ring that holds him together, lets his waist swivel around. His hips are attached to a bracket at the bottom of that. They let them move forward and backwards out to the side. And then he's got bends at the knees. I love that classic G.I. Joe articulation. I really wish they still made figures like these guys. He does have an Eco Warrior symbol tampoed on his arm, which I think is really cool. And he comes with several pieces of equipment. For starters, we've got his helmet here. It is made out of a soft plastic. It's yellow with some green detail and some blue paint for the visor. I think that Clean Sweep has the best helmet out of all of the Eco Warriors. It just has the most detail to it. Clean Sweep got the most paint apps on his helmet, with making his helmet kind of the nicest of the bunch. Flint really lost out with getting no paint apps on his. Ozone comes with this neon green backpack. Don't really know what it is. It's definitely computer techie gear. That pegs onto his back. You can see it does have this weird little bracket down here at the bottom, and that's actually for his next accessory, which is this little control computer arm. It's got a little screen here. It's basically a little iPad on a stick. It's got two little peg holes. I think we noticed that on somebody else's accessory in this line. Oh, the bottom of Ozone's gun, I think, had that. Had a little peg hole. I'm not sure what the deal is with those. There's nothing for it to peg onto anywhere, but this arm hooks into the backpack. And then he has the little computer at his disposal. It's a little silly looking, but it works better than him coming with like a computer that he has to hold. You know, at least this way he has both of his hands free when he needs them. And he comes with a laser pistol. You know, because this is G.I. Joe, we do need weapons, because we are at war with Cobra, even if we are trying to save the planet. I wonder what the environmental repercussions are of lasers. If we use a whole lot of lasers, does it raise the Earth's temperature? What what's the waste like on that? Is there some sort of a cartridge you need, or does it just generate the light beams without any waste? These are the tough questions Eco Warriors should have tackled. This final accessory is this ridiculously large robot. It is all made out of yellow plastic, except for this little orange nozzle here in the front and the green plunger in the back. This is his water squirting weapon. It can suck up water and squirt it back out. There is a little pivot here on the front, which I think is interesting. And many people have noted that the control arm from his backpack can be pegged into this. I don't really know for what purpose, and I think it's just by chance, because it doesn't fit down here, you know. And they're just screw holes. We're just plugging this into the screw holes. Look out, there's a sludge viper, and neither one of us have our laser guns with us. Don't worry, Flint, I'll take care of him. Beep boop beep 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 boop beep boop beep boop. Oh, you did it! That was an easy cleanup job. I think this was a missed opportunity. This is one of the biggest accessories in the G.I. Joe line. It doesn't have a foot peg. It doesn't have a seat. I think either one of those things could have made this really cool. This is kind of the best I can do for getting Ozone to ride his robot. I know he's not really meant to ride it, but I just think that would have been a fun feature and something I think would have made Ozone just insanely cool as a kid. If he and another Joe could stand on an edge on it, or in the back, like riding a lawnmower, or if there was a seat on it, I just think that would add something to it, especially if it had actual, like, little tiny wheels on the bottom, like the fake vehicle wheels that they always hide behind treads on a lot of the G.I. Joe vehicles. I think they really would have added a ton of play value to this guy. And recently, I discussed with my buddy Nick the best-selling G.I. Joe vehicles, and a lot of them were important characters on small vehicles like Zartan and Serpentor. And even though Clean Sweep will never be an important character in G.I. Joe, maybe somehow that would have really enticed the kids more than just the clunky robot that he came with. I don't usually have the card backs for these guys, but I recently picked up a complete copy of Clean Sweep from Play With This Toys in Merchantville, New Jersey, and they happen to have the card back with them, which I thought was kind of cool. It shows off the robot here. Color change battle damage with... I can't tell what that says. Really shoots water. Weapon really shoots water. Ah. And over here there's some instructions that show you how the robot works. It looks like there's an antenna in the corner there. And in fact, there is a little bracket here. There's a little bracket on the side of the robot that makes me think they were planning on including an additional piece to it, and that might have gotten cut for cost savings. The back of the card shows off the rest of the Eco Warriors. The forces of nature are under attack from Cobra, and only the forces of G.I. Joe can stop them. Utilizing the most dangerous liquid toxins known to mankind, Cobra launches the most diabolical bid to contaminate the planet's fragile ecosystem and bring civilization to its knees. Armed with a sophisticated anti-tox water solution that changes a figure's color in contrast and outfitted with special eco suits that detect environmental contaminants, G.I. Joe moves out to clean up Cobra's act once and for all. Even now, the fate of the Earth hangs in the balance. And it shows off Flint, Clean Sweep, Ozone, Cesspool, Sludge Viper, and Toxo Viper. Check out this channel for videos on all those characters. And on the side here it says, before and after, color change battle damage. Squirt or dip into ice water to see battle damage. Squirt or dip into water to bring back original colors. This is insane how much battle damage is going on over here. So I gotta dip this guy into ice water first. We'll see if that works. And it says, note, do not leave figures in sunlight or in any other intense light for extended periods of time. I wonder if the light breaks down the color change paint, and that's why none of these guys work. They've just been in sunlight for 20 years now, and that's just really screwing them up. I own 2 Clean Sweep action figures. Both of them have just a little bit of battle damage that shows up at the tops of their boots and the tops of their gloves. So we're going to try dipping them in the ice water and see if we can get any more battle damage to show up. I've had very poor luck with this with these figures. So let's see what happens. This guy's got a fair amount down there at the lower part of his boot. We'll see. We'll let him float around in there for just a few more seconds. If I remember as a kid, most color change things happened fairly quickly. This guy was the first one I put in. Did it get a little darker down here? Maybe. But I don't see a lot of battle damage or anything. Let's check out the other guy. Nah, I don't see any change. I don't usually get into the file cards too much, so pause it here if you want to read Clean Sweep's bio or his secret communique from Flint. Clean Sweep is probably the most eco-warrior of all the eco-warriors. With his suit that is undeniably a hazmat suit, I think he's pretty cool. In a lot of ways, I would have loved for this to have been a version 2 of Airtight. I really think he should have been on the eco-warriors team, and it was a missed opportunity that he never made it on. They included Barbecue and Deep Six in the next round of figures, but Airtight being the hostile environment trooper just made so much sense, and I really think that this would have been a great opportunity to put him in there. I do complain about this figure some, but I shouldn't at all, because as a little kid, if I had gotten this guy, I probably would have loved him, because Lightfoot, a fellow G.I. Joe in a yellow jumpsuit with some green technical bits and a little robot toy, was one of my favorite things to play with. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little hard on poor Clean Sweep. Thanks for watching this super exciting, outrageous toy review. In the comments down below, let me know what you think of this guy and the Eco Warriors overall. Make sure to like, subscribe, and check out my other videos.